Alrighty, so what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Bulls podcast. My name is Corey, and in today's episode, we're going to be discussing how ESPN just released their 2025-2026 NBA season standings predictions for the NBA Eastern Conference. So at number 15, they have the Washington Wizards. At number 14 in the conference, they have the Brooklyn Nets. At number 13, they have the Charlotte Hornets. At number 12, they have the Toronto Raptors. At number 11, they have the Chicago Bulls. At number 10, they have the Indiana Pacers, which I'm surprised by. At number 9, they have the Miami Heat. At number 8, they have the 76ers. At number 7, Boston Celtics. Number 6, they have the Milwaukee Bucks. At number 5, they have the Detroit Pistons. At number 4, they have the Atlanta Hawks. At number 3, they have the Orlando Magic. At number 2, New York Knicks. And at number 1, they have the Cavs. So let me know what you guys think about those standing predictions there for the NBA Eastern Conference Finals. For the NBA Eastern Conference in regards to the standings. Let me know what you guys think about that. Feel free to chime in on what you guys think about the ESPN ranking there. So here's my take on that. I think that just like last year, I think that they have their Orlando Magic listed too high. I'm not too sure about them. I mean, I know they had somewhat of a solid season last year, but I'm still not convinced on Orlando. But we'll see. Now, I do agree with the Cavs and the Knicks being number 1 and number 2. I can definitely see that. But at number 3, the Orlando Magic, I think that that's kind of a stretch. You know, I definitely see the Orlando Magic at least being in the top 8 at the very least. But number 3, I think that that's a stretch. I think that the Boston Celtics can be seen more so as a 3 seed in the NBA Eastern Conference. I know that the Boston Celtics will be missing out on Jason Tatum all this year because of his Achilles injury. But even with that, I believe that the Boston Celtics, instead of being ranked at, I believe they have them at number 7. Instead of being ranked at number 7, I believe that the Boston Celtics can be ranked much higher. I think they're going to end up being at least a 3 seed. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, they still have great coaching. They still have great team chemistry. I don't see how they're going to dip down all the way to 7th, but we'll see. So at number 4, Atlanta Hawks. Again, I don't. The Hawks are a solid team. I don't see them being a top 4 seed. I can see them being top 10, possibly even number 11, where they have the Chicago Bulls ranked at. That's just me. That's what I think about that. At number 5, Detroit Pistons. I think that they do fit within that top 3, top 5 range. Number 5 seed, I think, is the lowest seed that I would give the Detroit Pistons because they did have a pretty good season last year, and I think that they're definitely going to build on that again this upcoming NBA season. So at number 6, Milwaukee Bucks. I think the Milwaukee Bucks, I think they fit right about there, especially with Giannis. I mean, I think that Giannis is going to have a great year. But at the same time, let's just hope that Giannis isn't distracted by trade rumors and things like that. I mean, who knows? Maybe he'll demand a trade. I don't know. I mean, they no longer have Damian Lillard. They got rid of Chris Middleton, like a year and a half, 2 years ago. So outside of Giannis, I mean, I know that they just got the guy from Indiana. What's his name? Miles Turner. But I don't know. I don't know about the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm not going to say that they're not going to be in the playoffs or in the play-in, but I think they're really going to lean really heavily on the production of Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think that he's going to have a monstrous year in regards to his stats, but at the same time, I don't know. Maybe he'll demand a trade. Maybe he won't. I don't really. The future of the Milwaukee Bucks, I don't know. They need a couple more pieces over there to convince me that they can be considered title contenders again. Because right now, I just Giannis is a great guy. I mean, I think he's going to be an MVP candidate this year. But I just don't see the Milwaukee Bucks, despite how much success that Giannis may have at this upcoming season. I just doubt that they're going to have much playoff success. With the 76ers, of course, their health is a concern with Joel Embiid and Paul George. I wouldn't put them as 8. I mean, if I know for sure that Philadelphia will be healthy, you know, Eric Gordon and Joel Embiid and Paul George, I would definitely put them in the top 5. But we don't know about their health, especially Joel Embiid Embiid and Paul George. It's just unfortunate. The Miami Heat, number 9. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that because they have great coaching. They seem to have great team chemistry. Just their organization alone, they really push their players to be the best that they can be. They're really good at developing talent and things like that. So I can definitely see the Miami Heat is a sneaky team for 2025, 2026. I know that they no longer have Jimmy Butler. This would be their first full year without him. But I think that it'll be a great season for Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo. Um, I think that they're a sneaky team. I think that they could possibly rank higher than the 9th seed when it's all said and done. I think that the Miami Heat will probably have a higher seed than number 9. At number 10, the Indiana Pacers. This one is this might be a good point because they no longer have Miles Turner. Halliburton is out for the whole season, so I hate to say it. I know they were in the NBA Finals last year, but I can kind of see that. I can kind of see them being on the edge of possibly being in the play-in or just kind of barely scraping their way into the playoffs. Um, I can definitely see them being like an 8th or 10th ranking in the NBA Eastern Conference standings. I can see that. I can see that. At number 11, the Bulls. I can see that too. I can see that too. I can see us having. I think that at the end of the day, the Bulls for the 2025-2026 NBA season, I think that the Chicago Bulls will at least get 35 wins, which in the NBA Eastern Conference, that may just be enough to get you into the play-in. At the same time, though, that may just be a tad bit not enough to even make it to the play-in. So I can kind of. It's unfortunate, I'm rocking with the home team. I'm Bulls all the way, Bulls all day. But whew, I got to keep it real on this one. It's unfortunate, but the Bulls might end up being a 10th or 11th seed in the NBA Eastern Conference. So I think that ESPN kind of hit that one on the head with the Chicago Bulls. Unfortunately, I mean, of course, I'm rooting for them to have as much success as possible. We'll see with the Chicago Bulls. Number 12, Toronto Raptors. I can see that. Great player in R.J. Barrett. They have what's the guy's name over there? Scotty Barnes. They have some talent over there. It seems like they just have some team chemistry issues, possibly. But I think that ESPN has that just about right. The Hornets, yeah, I think they had that about right too. I mean, LaMelo Ball, fantastic player. Maybe he'll possibly be traded this season or in the off season or something like that. But LaMelo Ball, great player. Hopefully he stays healthy. Brandon Miller, fantastic player as well. If those two players right there can be completely healthy for a full season, as well as what is his name, Miles Bridges, if all three of them can be just totally healthy for the whole season, I think that the Charlotte Hornets. I know I just said that I agree that they are 13, but I just thought about something. If all three of those players on the Charlotte Hornets, if they can be fully healthy and have their head in the game for the entire season, I think that the Charlotte Hornets are going to surprise the NBA in the same fashion that I think that the Miami Heat may surprise the NBA as well. So the Charlotte Hornets, to me, they're kind of a toss-up. They may be bad. They may surprise a lot of people. At number 14, we have who is that? The Brooklyn Nets. I agree with that. I don't really know what's going on over there. I think they're just in full rebuild mode. So I can see that ranking for the Brooklyn Nets. I don't think I need to explain that too much. And then at number 15, the Washington Wizards. I can definitely see that as well. They have some young talent over there. They have Alex Sarr, but they're a young developing team. They lost a bunch of games last year. I don't think that they've really improved since last year. So it may be a repeat year. They may find themselves having a top 3 or a top 5 pick in the 2026 upcoming NBA draft. So that's my take on the ESPN rankings for the 2025-2026 NBA season in regards to the NBA Eastern Conference, at least. So that's my take on that. Let me know what you guys think about those rankings. Do you agree with my take on it? Do you agree with the ESPN rankings? Feel free to let me know. Chime in. Also, make sure that if you're not subscribed to my channel, that you subscribe today. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on the video. Feel free to chime in. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for checking out this latest episode of Let's Talk Bulls podcast. Again, my name is Corey. Have a great day.